Bruce here, bring you another Hyundai A-League fixture preview for the fixtures of week 23. And the season gets ever and closer to the end. So, with a very small amount of games to go, let's see what we have to talk about this weekend. So the first game of the weekend sees top of the table Adelaide United take on Melbourne City. Now Adelaide United managed to climb to the top of the table last weekend thanks to a dominating win over Wellington Phoenix. Melbourne City also picked up a win and technically are still able to win the title. I think they're only 4 points off, so that's fantastic for both sides there. Now, Adelaide United welcome Mazias, Warland, and Pudler to the first team squad, while Alrich is out for 4 weeks with a groin problem. So a big loss there for Adelaide, but I'm sure they'll be fine without him. On the other hand, we have Melbourne City, who welcome Hughes, Trefiro, and Decker to the first team squad, while Casares is out through injury as well. So, two semi-decent players out with injury, one for each side, but plenty of players to fill the gap. Now, although Melbourne City are in good form and have a fantastic striker in Bruno Fornaroli, I do think they could struggle against a dominating Adelaide United side. Now, Fornaroli can bag the goals; he will bag one. Adelaide United have found the back of the net, even though they don't have a really good striker. So Fornaroli is going to add one to his tally. He's going to make it 21 in 23, but Adelaide United are going to win this fixture 2-1. The second game of the weekend sees Sydney FC take on Wellington Phoenix. Now, Wellington haven't had the best season, but technically they can still make the final six, and they're going to make the most of their chances. While Sydney FC, on the other hand, are having a shocker of a season and currently see themselves sitting outside the top six for the first time this season, which is huge. You know, Sydney FC is supposed to be one of the big teams in Australia, and they're struggling. So, Sydney FC do welcome Ryle, Carney, Fatty, and Grant to the first team squad, while Anderson and Woodcock haven't been selected for the fixture, while Wellington Phoenix make no changes to their squad this week, exact same squad as last weekend. So, is that good? Is that bad? I don't know. They got smashed last weekend by Adelaide United, so we'll have to see what happens there. So, Wellington did have a poor performance last weekend, while Sydney do need a win as they will try to re-enter the top six. But Sydney FC, they're struggling. Champions League is next week. Will they rest players? I don't know. You tell me. But I think this result is going to end in a 1-all draw. The third game of the weekend sees Brisbane Roar take on my team, Melbourne Victory. Now, Melbourne Victory managed a good win last weekend, while Brisbane Roar did cause a bit of an upset. They managed to beat a then top of the table Western Sydney Wanderers. Now, Brisbane Roar welcome Clut and Brady to the first team squad, while they have no apparent outs. And Melbourne Victory welcome Connor Payne and Ollie Bozanic to the first team squad, while Barbarousis is still out for a week with his suspension. So it's going to be a tough game. Both sides have a lot on the line. Melbourne Victory need to push for the for the top of the table. You know, they technically, I don't think we're going to do it, but we can. So got to try. And on the other hand, we do have Brisbane Roar, who currently sit in second. I think it is now second or third. And I might be third because of goal difference, but they need a win. If Adelaide United win and Brisbane or Western Sydney don't win, then Adelaide United could pretty much guarantee themselves the title. So the Brisbane Roar and Western Sydney both need wins this weekend. Otherwise, it's crazy. But I don't think that Brisbane are going to win this weekend. I don't think my team Melbourne Victory are going to win either. I think this is going to be a high-scoring draw. I do think this fixture will end in a 2-2 draw. The fourth game of the weekend sees an in-form Perth Glory take on Central Coast Mariners. Now, looking at the form of the table after the first 8 weeks, I do believe Perth Glory have the second highest form, obviously behind Adelaide United. So Perth Glory have found some form in the back half of the season. Central Coast are their opponent, and they are struggling. They have already forgotten this season. They need to look forward to the next season and plan ahead. While Perth Glory have entered the top six, they overtook Sydney FC and Perth Glory will want to continue their climb up the higher reaches of the table. Now, Perth Glory welcome Ferreira and Rainers to the first team squad, while they have no apparent outs. And on the other hand, we have Central Coast who welcome Montgomery, Berry, Fletcher, and Pearce to the first team squad, while Neil and Bray are unavailable for the fixture. Now, Perth Glory clearly one of the teams in form in the A-League at the moment. Only lost one in their last 10, I think it is. Don't quote me on that, but very good, Perth. Very good. So, they're in good form. Central Coast failed to register a shot on target last week. So, Central Coast just going backwards. So, Perth Glory are going to win this fixture. They're going to smash Central Coast. I think it's going to be a 3-0 win for Perth Glory. And the final game of the weekend sees Newcastle Jets take on Western Sydney Wanderers. Now, Newcastle Jets couldn't manage to beat an informed Perth Glory last weekend, while Western Sydney Wanderers did lose against title contenders Brisbane Roar, and they did also drop from the top of the table, which was a huge surprise. But Adelaide United form is the key, really. So, Newcastle Jets do welcome Brennan, Cooper, Pavicevic, and Lundy to the first team squad, while Mullen and Hoffman are unavailable for the fixture. On the other hand, we have Western Sydney Wanderers who do welcome Topor Stanley, Bridge, and Pepper to the first team squad, while Matt Sim has not been selected for the fixture. So, Western Sydney Wanderers welcoming back some really big names to help out. I think that is going to edge them over the line a bit this weekend. While Newcastle have been in patchy form, they have seen themselves climb a little bit up the table, but I think they still need to do a bit more. I don't think this will be their season. Don't get me wrong, Scotty Miller done a job, but not enough. Look forward to next season, Newcastle. I think this season you're just about done. So in my eyes, Western Sydney are going to win this. They are going to keep up the pace with the top, with Brisbane Roar and Adelaide United. I do think Western Sydney will win this fixture 2-0. But they are my predictions. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I'd like to know what you think. But my team, Melbourne Victory, we need a win. But we do play against Brisbane Roar, so we could struggle. On the other hand, Adelaide United, I think they're going to have a win. And, obviously the likes of Perth Glory and Western Sydney Wanderers as well, even Brisbane Roar. It's another huge weekend, so we'll have to see what happens. But if you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash the like button. Subscribe to see more Hyundai A-League content. And hopefully I'll catch you guys on another video.